Greetings folks, I am offering an update on the Microsoft Math add-in, and it's a very useful tool and I've enjoyed it very much. It's an add-in that I use in Microsoft Word and it has worked wonderfully in Word 2007. Basically it allows you to do symbolic math calculations right from within Microsoft Word. And the reason for this video is to ask, is there anyone listening at Microsoft, because there's a glitch or a bug in the 2010 version of the software, and despite days of looking for help or trying to reach someone at Microsoft to ask for help, I decided, okay, if there's no answer, let me put out a video and perhaps someone who may watch this video could help us get the answer. So the question I'm asking is, if you believe in Microsoft Word and that too with the Word 2010, then the answer to the question, that is square root of 2, is again the square root of 2. Now you will see the problem illustrated to understand what I really mean by that. If you look at the Microsoft website and if you search for this keyword math add-in Microsoft Word in Google or any other search engine, you will get to the website at Microsoft, and you can download the link, and the link will give you the actual software. It's a small file, 6.6 megs, and it will install the software on your machine. And if you're running Word 2007 or Word 2010, you'll be able to work with this. Now, the software worked wonderfully in Word 2007. I had absolutely no problems with it. But Word 2010, I upgraded and then realized there may be a glitch, because every time I try to compute the square root of 2, I end up getting the square root of 2. And I found a way around it, and there's a command called nsolve, which is neither documented nor explained anywhere on the internet, so I really had to dig deep to figure out how this works, because there's absolutely no documentation available for the software. And so, it wouldn't help, it wouldn't hurt Microsoft if you release an add-in, release a 20-page appendix to it saying, well, here's how the commands are, and there is a list of commands that we support, and here's how you use them. So anyhow, let me illustrate what I mean by this problem. I have added this equation here. Let me just delete it and write it again. So if in Word, if I say Alt and then press equal to sign, I can type the equation, and it's square root of 2. Notice that I'm typing it up. You can actually use the mouse to point and click and select this, but I prefer typing. And here's the equation: x is equal to square root of 2. And if I want to solve it for x, and I say compute, and then you will notice, let me just scroll it a little up, and here we go, compute, and then you see this option is added to the Word dialog boxes in GUIs after you have added installed the add-in. And I say solve for x, and then again it's telling me, well, the answer is the square root of 2 is square root of 2. I mean, that's not the answer I'm really after. So basically I had to spend a couple of days of time figuring out what is the square root of 2, and notice that this problem is only with the square root of 2. What if I say, and I'm going to use now the math option, alt equal to, and if I want to find the cube root of 2, and notice here's the here we have the GUI that comes with it. So I say cube root, here we select, here we go, and I say 2. Excellent, this is done. And then I say compute, and after compute I say calculate, and let me just scroll up a little bit so that you can see what I am doing here. Here we go, and so here we go. Now I say compute, calculate, and I have an answer 1.26, but it doesn't work with if I'm trying to figure out a square root, and I just replace it by 2, and then again say compute, calculate, and again I get a square root of 2. So it's annoying because not all the time you want to represent the square root of 2 as square root of 2, whereas the software is computing the cube root very easily and any other root that you would like to estimate or calculate. So I found that there's a command called nsolve in the math add-in, and there's no documentation anywhere on this, so you really have to figure your way around. If you have worked with Maple or MathCAD or Mathematica, you probably will figure this out by yourself, but it takes time. So I said, okay, if I were to say nsolve and then use this command, and now I say compute and solve for x, and bingo, there's the answer. So square root of 2 at the 2 decimal point is approximated as 1.41. So if there's anyone listening at Microsoft, you know, 2 requests. Number one, if you release an add-in, especially a math add-in with sophisticated commands that go with it, it would really help if you were to release a document that says, well, here's the manual that goes with it, so that you know what commands are there and how do you use them. And secondly, if there's a bug, you should have a sort of a link on your website saying, here's the add-in, here's the manual, and by the way, if you find a glitch, here's how you respond, and here's the consumer feedback option, which I'm still looking for. So I hope people at Microsoft would pay attention, and I also hope that you will use the add-in. I really enjoy it despite this glitch. It's a very helpful tool. It can do wonderful things in graphic and computing, and especially for undergraduate level basic math, or mostly for high school math, but even in non-math courses in undergraduate curriculum, this could be a very useful tool. So good luck with finding the square root of 2.